Coming up on The Horse Tamer with Pat Parelli.
What we got to do is let her tell us what kind of things concern her. How does she like being tied up?
She doesn't like to
be tied up. Let's try something else. Oh, was Pat Parelli right again? I'm Pat Parelli, and I have loved horses for as long as I can remember.
We don't want our horses to be afraid.
Since 1982, I've been sharing my knowledge to make the world a better place for horses and the humans that love them. My name is Pat Parelli. Remember, keep it natural. But you can call me the Horse Tamer.
Today, Pat has a new puzzle to solve. Grace bought her 3-year-old quarter horse Bella last year specifically for riding.
Let's see where this adventure takes us.
Grace sent Bella to a trainer who confirmed that Bella will take a saddle, but unfortunately, she bucks anyone who tries to ride her. Grace has managed to calm her and rides her regularly. But her husband went flying over Bella's head and ended up unconscious on the ground. Grace wants Bella to be a family horse that she can trust around her children and grandchildren. On top of everything else, Grace has multiple health challenges and would like to feel confident on her horse instead of always worrying about being bucked off. Grace knows that Bella is a good horse, but she needs help.
Hi there, you must be Grace.
Yes.
How are you?
Good.
Good. What a nice place. You're way out here in the forest. Man, this is nature.
Oh, yes.
Can't wait to see your horse. What's her name?
Bella.
Bella? Okay.
Yep.
Let's go find out what her story is.
Okay.
Hey, Belle, how are you? Can you hear her starting to get her breathing?
Yeah, a little nervous.
Well, what's all this new stuff? Who's this,
But
like
you're curious to check it out.
I mean, yeah, she's curious, like, what's going on, but she's skeptical. And so what I want to do is start all over again, all right? And this is how I start horses that have never been ridden for. First, I ask them 4 things: to accept a human, then accept a saddle, see how they respond to that, then accept a rider, and then accept the bit, okay? In that order, all right? So let me play with her here a little bit. If you wouldn't mind, go sit in that chair over there and then just keep going. Now that was a good sign. She wanted to follow her owner. That was good, huh? I'm gonna use a little longer rope here so I can allow her to drift around and go where she wants, and allow her to go different places. But I just want to see if I can touch her first, or just get a little bit used to her, or her used to me. So what I want to do is get her to accept the fact that I'm not here to hurt her. All right, so I'm going to use what I call long body logic. Horses have long bodies. People have tall bodies. And so this evokes us to think like a pedestrian. And so you see somebody who's thinking like a pedestrian, they hold the horse up close, trying to hold it, and the horse goes around them because this big, long body's got these 5 zones. The head is zone 1, the neck is zone 2. We sit in zone 3, the hips are zone 4, and the tail is zone 5. And whether we're on the ground or in the saddle, we have to learn how to use long body logic with our hands, with our legs, with our seat, and maybe even a stick, so that we are always talking to each individual zone and in combination. This is what brings out the real natural magic with people who are really good with horses, long body logic. What we got to do is expose her to different things, let her tell us what kind of things concern her or don't concern her. And right there, when I touched her with that, just softly, she kind of jumped like that. We're going to make sure everything she does it with rhythm, relaxation, willingness, and understanding. Good. There we go. Even right there, when I dropped that made her jolt. So what I want to do is get her used to things while she's following me. I got lots of tricks in my bag over here. I've got a little stick over here that might help us have long body logic. So let's take this out here, and let's extend this little pole that we got here. Let's see here, here, we go here, we go here, we go here. Now all of a sudden I've got a 12-foot pole that just popped out of 18 inches of pipe. She's like, where did that come from? And now I can put that everywhere here. I can expose her, I can touch her from a long ways away. So these are the type of things we call using long body logic. I know what would happen if we just saddled her up and got on. I absolutely know what would happen. And she knows what would happen. Can you feel that energy? Horses make 3 basic noises besides a whinny. And that means you better get off. Means it's too late. Means where'd you go? I survived, okay? And I'm sure in that video, that's what happened. So this is what we're after. We're trying to get her, allow her to tell us her story. You know, there's 8,766 hours in a year. Horses sleep about 3 hours a day average because they're prey animals. Giraffes only sleep about 8 minutes a day because they're prey animals. There's the eaters and the eaten. So what I want people to understand is that the way a horse feels and thinks and acts and plays in life around is completely different than the way we see the world. This is feeling better here, being able to touch her from a distance. I'm gonna put the energy in front of her and see if that makes sense to her to stop. I'm gonna ask her to go between me and the barrels. I'm gonna ask her to go around and go over to the barrel. Can you feel her starting to think? To me, she feels introverted. And introverted horses, they feel like physically they're doing, everything's okay, but then when things happen, then they blow up on the inside first and then they blow up on the outside. Let's see what happens here. See if we can move this ball around and get her to follow us. There, the wind's helping us a little bit, maybe a little downhill, and then we'll see what she does. Now the ball rolled back and approached her. So I'm feeling some things going along here pretty good. So in order to prepare her, we're going to try putting a bareback pad on her so that she can show us what does she think about things going on her back. Most people go at a horse like this, like it's a grizzly bear. You're gonna put something on a horse. But I put my back to my horse, swing it from the outside to the inside. The placement didn't seem to bother her, so let's see what she does with the cinch. And a lot of people are surprised how much a young horse that's never been cinched up before, it will buck just when you tighten the cinch on a horse. Why? Because they're born skeptics, cowards, claustrophobics, and panicaholics by nature in various degrees. Let's try something else here. Oh, was Pat Parelli right again? Just the cinch, see? And that's just natural. See, a lot of people don't realize that the claustrophobic part is that cinch, when cinch is around them. Isn't that interesting? Didn't do anything, didn't mind it going on her, but she didn't like it cinched up around her. So now let's play with that. This is what I mean by don't just saddle them up and get on. Most particularly, don't kick them to go. Now let's see if we can ask her to move. Ask her to move. Ask her to move. So we can see what's gonna happen if we got on her and said, let's go faster. She just showed us, she just told us her story. So she just hasn't had enough time accepting the saddle and the cinch. Can we go sideways along these barrels here? I'll put you on those side of the barrels. But see, it's a reaction, not a response. How does she like being tied up?
She doesn't like.
She doesn't like to be tied up. So let's just see what happens here when she gets around that tree. So, oh, the panic button.
Yes.
Horses that are born that pull back, see, I'd call that a pull back. Horses that pull back naturally or have a tendency to do it, they also tend to buck. All right, so it usually goes hand in hand because it's the same thing. It's the claustrophobia, that's all. So I'm doing things like that. So these would be the kind of things I would do, not just to prepare for being tied up, but for riding as well. She's starting to feel rather than react. She's starting to think about what should I do when that happens. So those are some more little things that we can do for preparation. Can we go sideways? Can we go sideways? Can we go sideways? Can we go sideways the other way? So I'm gonna see if she can get prepared here to have something in the rider's position above her. All right. Let's see what happens now. Something's above her. That's right where the horseman's head. See, that kind of bothers her quite a bit. Does that bother her?
Yep.
That's what a human being's like up on her head. So I wouldn't ride a horse that won't pass these tests. I wouldn't fly an airplane that wouldn't pass the pre-flight checks. Okay, so that's all we're doing. Just checking things out.
Yep.
All right, now the next step, we're gonna try it with the saddle on. So, Belle didn't get like this overnight, so she's not gonna get completely fixed overnight either. So we're gonna start a relationship that can develop into a partnership. I'm gonna throw the saddle on from over here. Watch how I do this, from this side, over here like that. And I put it on like I put my hat on, not kapook. This time she's gonna have a back cinch as well as a front cinch. So far, nothing has surprised me. So again, I'm gonna go out here. Let's see what she does now with the saddle. Let's get far away from her. And slow, ask our little introvert girl to think her way through this situation. I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna ask her to step away from me. No, not into it, not into it. So instead of using that stick, see how I'm using the end of this rope? So she's not accepted the saddle. Okay? Now let's see what she thinks about being controlled by the reins. Does she know how to follow a feel? Let's see. Let's check it out here. That bothered her. So we got to test all these things. It's not about riding them. That's the last thing. That should just happen. She should say, hey, come on, cowboy, get on. But it ain't going to happen until she gets confident and pass all these tests. Let's see if she can pass the slow down test. The slow down test again. How about the backup test? Nope, the backup test didn't work too good. Okay, how about the throw the rope over your head test? I wouldn't say that's called passing the test. This is called rhythmic motion, AKA the confidence game, so that we can play these other games here. What used to be a thrill has now become a chill. I used to like it when a horse bucked a little and sometimes a lot. But what I have found out is that if we can find out what side of the corral the horse woke up on, where he's really at today, that we can have the preparation necessary mentally, emotionally, as well as physically to get a horse to become our partner. So having a horse to where we can play with them on the ground and find out, do they connect? Do they yield? Do they understand? Can we control their hindquarters? Will they accept the placement of the saddle at a walk, a trot, and a canter? Because that cinch that's going around there makes a lot of horses claustrophobic. Just saddle them up and get on, kick them to go and pull them to stop. Use the reins to turn doesn't work at that point. So this is where prior and proper preparation meets the road. Have you been surprised by anything?
A couple of things. When you first put the saddle on, I was surprised she bucked.
The bareback pad, you mean?
Yes, but you're like new and she's challenged.
I don't feel like she's challenging me. I think she's trying to survive.
It's okay, yep.
Yeah, it's not a game to her. So all these little things, I'm just going, are you acting like a prey animal or are you acting like a partner? All right, I think that this is a good time to take a break. Give her a little rest, give her a nice cool bath, and she's dried off and ready to go again. You ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna see how many green lights we can get.
Okay.
We got a few green lights last time, but a lot of red ones.
Mm-hmm, all right.
All right. So Grace, let's see what we got here. Let's just retrace our steps. So what I want to be able to do here is let her tell her story. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna put the bareback pad on her like before, but when we cinched it up last time, it didn't go so well. See, a lot of people don't realize that the cinch can make them feel like there's a lion on their back. And man, they can come apart. We'll see, I'm not gonna put it on too tight yet. Let's just see what we got here. There we go, it seemed to bother her. So she's not, what I feel like, she's not necessarily trying to buck the rider off as much as she's bothered by the cinch, okay? Now, the thing that I'm concerned about here is that she still is breathing kind of tight, kind of. That's the part inside her we want to help her discover. She doesn't have to always push the panic button, okay? Atta girl. All right, let's go saddle her up and see what we got. So I'm glad she didn't buck with the bareback pad, but she did change her behavior. I'm gonna give her a hug
Okay, yep.
with that saddle. I'm not gonna go put it on like a grizzly bear. These are things I've learned from some of the greatest horsemen on the planet. See, I didn't lift that on, I slung it on. That's called the draft horse sling. But I still gotta make sure I don't let introversion fool me and thinking she's just gentle and accepting, because I'm gonna ask her to move her feet over here just a little bit. Let's go move them over just a little bit. Atta girl. I'm gonna use my left arm to get a hold of my cinch. Why? Because if she pushed into me, I'm gonna push into position. If I use my right arm, she's gonna hit me in the head. I'm gonna fall on my bum, and then she's gonna kick me in the head on the way by. So I'm gonna use my left arm, and this cinch goes here, and with one pull, it goes through. I'm gonna pull straight down on the cinch so it doesn't get too tight, but it's firm enough that it'll hold if she were to move around. I'm gonna move her here a little bit, but I'm gonna step way away in case she bucks. She doesn't run over the top of me. I want her to feel confident and comfortable. I want her to tell me her story. I want her to tell me how she feels about everything. When we lose the rhythm, it's because we've lost the relaxation and the understanding. So that's why I keep looking for, can she do whatever we're asking? Just soft and easy and rhythmically, okay? Oh, that was better. That was a lot better. That seemed like there was some understanding there. She gave that a try. It's almost like she's there. See the fact that she turned and faced me? That's the connection. I don't want to make her do that. I want her to want to do that. I want her to want to come over here and be with me and want to trust me. I know it's hard. I know it's hard. I think you can handle it. Again, let's try it here. Off the saddle one, because that's where I'm going to be sitting. No, I don't want that kind of, I want that kind of response. And I want that to happen. Then I want her to want to connect to me. So I'm allowing that to happen. Not trying to make it happen, not trying to even cause it to happen, just allowing it. How am I doing that? By doing a lot of nothing. There we go. See, just
Yes.
these are all little differences, but they might be the difference that makes the difference. Now let's see what we've got here for maybe preparation to mount. Let's see if I pull her feet around here. What I want to do is I want her to brace her front feet and be more narrow behind so that she's in a balanced position, and I'm going to step halfway up and step halfway down. All right, see what she thinks about that. There we go, that's a long ways up there, Pat. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna step down, step back, and pull her and see if she can do it without a panic. That's pretty good. Let's see if I can ask her here. Come on this other side here. Atta girl, huh? Come on this side of here. Atta girl. There we go. It's always good to teach a horse to come over to a fence or a rock or something. It'd be good from both sides if we could. There we go. That way I don't have to put my foot in so much. Go halfway up. Rub her on this other side, see what she thinks. What do you think of that, sweetheart, huh? Step down. Ask her around. go. See if we can get her a little comfortable on this side. Rub her all over. Now what I want to do is I don't want her to go forward first. I want to move her hindquarters, okay? So what I want to do is see if I can bend her neck this way. Good girl. Okay, I want to see if I can bend her neck that way. Now she's stiffer on this side, see? Bend her back. It's real soft on this side, all right? I spent my life saying, Rudy, toot, toot, open the chute. I don't want to do that. What I want to do is walk around here, disengage the hindquarters. Atta girl. Let her go forward. Bend the neck. Let her look at me out of this right eye a little bit. Bend her this way. Look at me out of the left eye. And I just want to be a passenger here. I'm really not telling her where to go. I'm just allowing her to go. So if I can get to where we go along here, and I'm going to try to move her hindquarters before I move her forequarters. Hindquarters by bringing the rein toward my stomach. That's called an indirect rein. Okay? I'm going to try to go here, a right rein here. There's where our little panic was on the other side, so I got to be real careful here. Atta girl. Go back to what she knows. Easy, the left side. Now the right side again. So, atta girl. And go over to the right. So I'm going to go kind of where she wants to go. Where does she want to go? She wants to go maybe over toward this other horse. She wants to go somewhere she wants to go. This is the passenger lesson. So they're starting to get rhythm, relaxation, a little more understanding. But she's still a right brain introvert that kind of runs away inside of herself, okay? So now here's the real test, the dismount, okay? And the way we're gonna do that is we're going to prepare her by getting the rope over here off of that, get this foot out, get the other foot almost out. I'm gonna step down and I'm gonna step in front of her eye. Land up over there. I'm gonna end up here. So if something happened, I'm in a better spot. If I land there, what could happen is if she got scared or something, she might buck or kick or something like that, all right? So this is just getting started. We're restarting, and I call this renaturalizing, all right? Tell me what was a surprise to you.
I was surprised she did good. She actually is learning without giving you a little trouble.
But did you see how I allowed her to go where she wanted? I didn't tell her where to go or how fast to go.
Mm-hmm.
Today was her day. It was our first date.
Yes. She liked her first date because she got to go where she wanted.
Yeah, exactly. She said, I just want a milkshake. I go, well,
Yep.
okay, if that's what you want, then that's what I want too. All right, well, I'm proud of her. I hope you are.
Yes, oh yes, I am. I am very proud of her.
Good. So what are you gonna do different now after today?
I'm going to teach her what you taught her. There's a couple of techniques you did with the saddle, with the rope, to have her turn. The trees, that was another one that worked very well.
You're gonna saddle her and let her wander around with the saddle
I
on?
will saddle her.
If you have an old saddle, it doesn't matter too much. With young horses, we put saddles on. We turn them out for 3 or 4 hours with a saddle on. And if they lay down and roll on it.
And I do have an old saddle, and I probably will do that.
Yeah, that would be a real good thing, because you could tell that still bothered her around.
Yes.
It's the cinch was bothered. That's why I saddled her with that bareback pad, so that not only you, but the world could see it's the cinch that bothers a lot of horses.
Yes,
And they're not trying to get the rider off. They're just, this thing here just constricts them, and they panic against it.
Yep, and I'll do more sacking with her.
Yeah.
I'll have to sack her out a little bit with the flag and up and down.
Yeah, think about getting her confident with it, and horses feel claustrophobic quite easily. So even when we get on them, we've got a leg on each side, and that kind of bothers them. They're like, holy smokes, okay? It's like a lion would jump on them. So that's one of the things that we want to get horses used to.
Yes.
You know, she started off looking really kind of nice. She went over and she walked over to you. You were able to put the lead rope on her and led her over here. She was a little bit leery, but nothing too bad. But as soon as we started kind of just pulling back the layers of the onion, we started getting into the horse that's really there, the prey animal that's really there. We also found out she was not only an introvert, but she was a right brain introvert. See, left brain horses are more thinkers, and right brain horses are more instinctive, okay? And all those little snorts that she would make, and then worried about the right side. And so we found out a lot about that, and we've kind of peeled the layers back, and little by little, you know, she bucked with the bareback pad, she bucked with the saddle, she pulled back against the trees. She did a lot of things that we would expect from a wild horse, okay? And that's kind of surprising to most folks because she's not a wild horse. She lives right here in a beautiful property, and you take care of her and you feed her and you brush her, and she's been ridden before. But what didn't happen is they didn't get all the way down and really tame her.
Right.
Okay, that's really what it was. She was partly tamed. So the taming is the first part. That's the confidence knowing that nothing in the human environment, including the human, would ever bring her harm. That's what taming means. Join us in our network at community.parelli.com.